Are y'all ready? It's time.
Come on, everybody, let's praise praises to the King. He's worthy. Sing praises to the King. He's worthy of the glory. Oh, come, let us sing praises to the King. He's worthy of all the glory. Oh, come on, let us. 'Tis the season to rejoice and celebrate. He's worthy of all. Everybody, get up on your feet and let's glorify the name of Jesus. Yeah. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant. Oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. He's the King of kings and the Lord of lords. We've come to bless him. He's worthy of every praise. Let me yield down. Hey, Zebulon, Ellis, ladies and gentlemen.
Sing choirs of angels, singing exaltation. Oh, sing, all ye citizens of heaven above.
Glory to God.
Yes,
We come to worship.
worthy, 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 worthy.
We come to bless him.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We've come to adore him.
And kneel down.
Just kneel down.
Just kneel down.
Kneel down. Oh, yeah, yeah.
We've come to worship.
Oh, we've come to worship our King of Kings and Lord of
We've come to
Lords.
bless him.
Bless the name of Jesus, all my soul and everything within. Here I am to worship him. Here I am to bow down. Oh, we have to bless the name of the Lord. He's worthy. Yes, he is. We come. The name of Jesus is worthy to be praised. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yeah. Come on, let us adore him. He is Christ. Lord, Redeemer, Savior, Deliverer, Healer, joy in sorrow. He's our hope for tomorrow. Yes, he is. Ooh.
Woo! Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Moments with Mama Sue. I am so excited to get to be here with you. Y'all already know that this is the best part of my day, and connecting with you just means so much to me. Listen, we are in the holiday season. Are y'all feeling it already? I'm feeling it some kind of way. I love, love, love Christmas. And I was already all in just as soon as they started showing Hallmark movies 24 hours a day. I was good. I was good and into the holiday season. But more than that, I absolutely love the opportunity to hear all the Christmas music and just there's a feeling, there's an ambiance that's in the air that goes along with the Christmas season. People seem to be a little bit kinder. There are more smiles. People are a little more generous and outgoing and I just like that feeling. Wouldn't it be good, y'all, if we could do Christmas all year round? Wouldn't it be good if we could just, like Tiny Tim says, if we could keep Christmas every day? That would be so awesome and amazing. It's good to see all of you here. Be sure that you've put your name in the chat because I'm getting ready to add that to the wheel so that we can do a drawing later on. Because in the holiday season, I like to give away a little something, something to all the viewers. And I love the family tuning in for our holiday specials. It just makes my life complete. And Christmas goes with giving. I have a few things to tell you all about. You know, we just finished the Storytelling Festival, okay? The 31st Annual Storytelling Festival here in Midland. And if you missed it, OMG, it was so good. The lineup of tellers was absolutely wonderful. This year we added a new facet. We had carols and cocoa in the evening, and the West Texas chapter of the Gospel Music Workshop of America. Oh, they sang so wonderfully well and just blessed the people with their music ministry. It was so good. But if you missed the festival and didn't get to see some of the storytellers, you can actually see it on live stream. And you can see it on our Midland Storytelling Festival YouTube channel. So I invite you to go to Midland Storytelling Festival on YouTube. You can view the content there. We already have live the Education Connection Day opportunity. So if you have students K through 3 primary or 4 through 6 middle school, and even secondary content is there for grades 7 through 12. Anybody, anywhere. You want to have something to entertain your students and you need something for them? Go to our YouTube channel and you can watch it. It's there and available for you. And I'll also tell you to go to our Facebook page and look for the live stream link. And you can see the finale events that took place on Saturday on live stream in the comfort of your own home. Got to give a shout out to everybody that's here in real time, but also got to shout out WJIL.today listeners who will be seeing this on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. There's viewing times at 3 a.m., 10 a.m., and 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WJIL.today. And you can even hear the audio on gospel radio. It's on Roku and Fire Stick TV. Y'all just picture that. Uh, Moments with Mama Sue at 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh my goodness. But somewhere in the world, somebody is up. So if you have an opportunity, share that with somebody and let them know. We're so excited about the opportunity just to talk about the things that we're so passionate about and share this love and positivity. Okay. Then I want to thank you so much for making He's a Great God a good thing on Spotify. Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir. It's made more than 50,000 streams. That's a whole lot. And I appreciate it. But you know what I appreciate more? Just the opportunity for somebody to recognize He's a great God in the midst of everything that's going on in our world. And you know what? Sometimes our world is doing too much. It's doing too much, but He's a great God and He's in control of everything. So I just continue to lean into that, to proclaim that, decree that, and let the world know that our God is great. He's awesome and amazing, and He can do anything. And if you'd love to download that, it's not already part of your library, I'd love for you to have it. All you have to do is get your camera out, your smartphone, go to that QR code that you see on the screen right there, or you can just go to wherever your digital provider is, put in Sue Roseberry, He's a Great God, and it will pop up and you can download it and make it part of your personal library. And then people have told me that they like exercising to it. Okay, or just listening to it and agreeing with me how great God is. Well, it's the holiday season and I have something for you. If you want something for the littles in your life, give them something special. You know, I have a children's book and it's available now and you can get it. And when you order via my website, there's a Miss Annie coloring book that you can download, and the audio files are available with every purchase. There's a QR code for you to do that, and I know your little people will love it. They can sing along with the audio files, or I can tell them the story in song. It's rhythmic, it's musical, and it's also in English and Spanish. So there's a variety right there of things that your little people will enjoy, and I'd love for you to have it. So get Miss Annie today. You can go to my website and order that at SueRoseberry.com. And while you're there, think Christmas. I have thoughts from the heart. That's daily thoughts and inspirational quotes from yours truly. And these are all original. I didn't plagiarize and nobody told me to say it. It was God giving me ideas and inspiration. And I put them into this wonderful perpetual calendar. No year. So you can just keep flipping from year to year and it will always be relevant. All right. We'd love for you to have that as part of your personal things on your desk and flip through and enjoy a Mama Sueism for every day. Tomorrow, I'll be at the Southeast Senior Center. If you're in Midland, America, come on through and join us. I'll be there at 10 o'clock in the morning every first and third Tuesday of the month. That's what we do. That's how we roll. And oh my goodness, the seniors have a great time. We sing, we have a wonderful fellowship, and I always leave lifted and encouraged from spending time with the vivacious elderly. Come on now, you know I'm the spokesperson for the vivacious elderly. So if you're in Midland, you can join us. And if you're not in Midland, you can tune in to my Facebook page, Mama Sue Roseberry, around 10:30-ish, and we'll be on there. I'll go live and you can get a chance to hear us sing from my Facebook page and comment. We have some regular followers that tune in with us, and I absolutely love that. Then, y'all, on the 17th of December, I will be part of a wonderful holiday music extravaganza that is being put on by the Midland African American Roots Historical Cultural Arts Council Incorporated. Ooh, you have to get a good breath to say all of that. But needless to say, it is going to be amazing. It will be at the First United Methodist Church, and it will be featuring Tom Braxton, that wonderful saxophonist, and his band. And then there will be special guests, so I'm considered special. Purvis Evans, Karen McAfee, and other guest artists. Also, the Bogarts Legacy High School Orchestra will be a part of that program. You don't want to miss it. Tickets are $25, and you can get your tickets by calling 432 210 0892, or you can go to Midland culturalcouncil.com or rootscouncil.com and be able to acquire your tickets, because it's going to be amazing. And I can't think of anything I'd want to do more than be just right there for that holiday music extravaganza. Well, we are through with all of I say the church announcements. We through with the church announcements, and we are getting ready to meet my phenomenal guest. So you guys stay tuned. We'll be talking to him right after this. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Miss Annie from way down south. She's loud, she's fun, but you'd better watch out. Put on your seatbelt and take the rollicking ride with the unpredictable Miss Annie as she whips and turns and drives straight into your heart. Own it today at www.sueroseberry.com. Ah, yes. So again, get your Miss Annie. Get it while you can. And she'd love to come to your children for Christmas. Well, it is my wonderful privilege today to have as my guest for this first holiday presentation a young man that I have known for quite some time. I met him as part of the Texas Mass Choir, where I have been fortunate to serve for sometimes in music ministry. And he comes to us from Beaumont, Texas, from the Golden Triangle area. And when I heard him sing for the first time, y'all, I was in love. I've been a fan ever since that day. At that time, he was so little. And I thought, why is this voice coming out of this little man? And he was just singing. But I have come to be such a fan and an admirer of this young gentleman. And I want you all to welcome to Moments with Mama Sue the incomparable, wonderful Chase Arceneaux.
Hey, Mama Sue.
Hey, Chase, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, I thank you for having me.
Ooh, y'all, he has grown up. He's all tall now. He's taller than I am, but he used to be little and he was always singing. Chase, tell us a little bit about your background, about your family, and who you are.
Well, I come from a four-person home. It was me, my mom, and my brother, and my dad. And me and my brother were always singing. It's kind of funny because my mom always asks herself, "Where does our singing come from?" Because I don't come from a singing family. And I hadn't always necessarily been singing. I I don't know if you remember, but I directed the choir first. I was directing the Tiny Tot Choir. So that was really more so my passion. Of course, I was singing with the choir. That I grew up as a choir kid, and at around, I guess you say about 8 or 9, it was a group of people that said, "Well, Chase, you need to stop playing. You need to get behind this mic and sing some solos." So you have people like Lawrence Ingram and Stephen Warren and my brother, and different people that saw a gift in me that told me, Chase, you don't have a choice. You finna get behind this mic and sing. And ever since then, it's been on from there.
Well, I will tell you that you do a remarkable job behind the mic. So did you always think that you would be able to move people the way you do with your music ministry?
I I never thought about it like that. To be quite honest, I kind of still don't think about it like that. Um, I re- I've always been taught to, whenever I sing, to be genuine about it, and know what I'm singing about. I come from a Christian home, so it was never a matter of if you wanted to go to church or do you want to go to church. It was you finna go to church and you finna go to Sunday school and you gonna learn something. So I really had no choice but to step into it, and I mean I wasn't allowed to get up and minister if I was just doing it to play. So growing up like that, I kind of couldn't help but take it serious and be serious about it. And now I just every time I sing, I just ask that the Lord uses me, and that's in whatever I do. Just if I'm writing a song, I'm singing somewhere, just speaking to someone, just Lord, just use me, whatever you need me to do.
Well, that's what I love. That's what I love. And indeed, he does use you. Yes, he does. Well, Chase, you told me that right now, and for those that are watching, Chase, you can see that he's young. How old are you, Chase?
I'm 20.
Ooh, the big 20. Lord, when I was 20, Jesus, that's been so long ago, I can't even remember. 20 years old, but he is such a sincere young man and he does so many things. So he just recently graduated from high school and now he's in college. Talk about your college career. What are you pursuing in higher education?
Well, my college career, I am a sociology major. And after I'm done getting my bachelor's of science in sociology, I'll be moving on to getting a master's in education administration, and then hopefully a doctorate in education administration.
So after a while, he might be somebody's superintendent. Okay. As long as you climb, and you might as well climb all the way to the top so you can really, really make an impact. Because when God grants us platforms, it's really for us to be a blessing. People think, I'm just going to get higher so somebody can do something for me, but that's really not the aim. The
Right,
aim is to grow so we can make an impact and we can continue to
definitely.
change the world. So now and not in addition to doing school, college, what else are you doing? Because I know that you work on the side, and then, of course, you have music ministry. So tell us about that.
Music minister. I'm a minister of music at First Sixth Street Baptist Church in Port Arthur, and I'm actually on staff at Antioch Missionary Baptist Church with John R. Adolph, and I already said First Sixth Street, but the pastor is Kaylin Gardner. Yes, ma'am. And I just love doing it. I mean, I say it's a job, but it's not work at all to me because I just love doing it so much. So it's kind of hard to get tired of something that you love doing.
And you're so good at it because I just watch. And, as we get older and we kind of moving out the scene, I pick, certain places in the service where I want to sit and where I'm going to give my all. But you are giving 110 from beginning to end. And I love it. That's what youth can do for you. Who were some of your influences? Because you talked about education, wanting to follow along that vein. Who was your favorite teacher?
Oh, where do I start? I know specifically in high school, I have teachers that still inspire me. People like Miss Douglas, Chantel Douglas, and Sharon Hendricks, and Dr. Charisma Papillon. In education, those are people that really inspired me to and are still pushing me to my goals in education. And basically the people I work with now as well, the different people on the administration team, and they really just do that for me to make me keep going. Yes, ma'am.
That's amazing. And it's also wonderful to think about a young African American man in the classroom as a role model. Because when you go to schools, and it was that way when I was in school many, many years ago, a lot of the educators were females, the
Mm.
teachers were females, especially in primary grades. What level of school are you interested in being a educator for?
I do want to expand my horizon, but I would like to do all. But you know, for now, is secondary, and actually, what I much rather secondary education, because I feel like I'm more that's more of my lane, secondary.
Okay.
Yes,
Influential.
right, right.
So what do the kids, I mean, when they see you walking around, some of the kids are going to be saying, that's my boy over there. They think you're the same age. How do you distinguish, and set yourself up for them to, pay attention and get some act right so that you influence them in a positive way?
Well, I guess I never ran into that as an issue. Um, I don't know if it's because of my demeanor, or I'm not sure what it is. But I've always built that rapport with the students, and getting to know them. So when you get to know them, it's kind of easier to fuss at them a little bit, because they accept what you're saying more. Because like if they don't know you, they're like, "Who's this talking to me?" So as long as you get to know them, and you kind of let them know that you have their best interest at heart, it's not really hard to get a handle on them. I mean, I love it to death. I love all of my students. I mean, that's what keeps me going back to work every day, really and truly. So that's a big part of why I do education.
And you stay so relatable because
Right.
I think they see you and you're not that far advanced from them in age, but the wisdom that you possess, and there's somebody there who's walking and doing something a different way. Now, how do you uh, advance the cause of the kingdom while you're doing all of this? Because I know that there are restrictions with what we can say and what we can do on the campus, but how are you advancing the cause of Christ in that environment?
Well, first, I carry that with me in the way they see me treat other people around the campus, and treat other adults around the campus, and I always like to set that example for them of what a Christian man, young Christian man, is supposed to look like. I always try to make sure I look like somebody when I
Look
go
like
up there.
somebody.
Look like somebody when I go up there. And I do behavior support as well, so I'm able to kind of have those little come to Jesus meetings with them. And like sometimes I'll be talking to a student, and they'll just start crying. You could just see tears falling down their face, because nobody has ever taken their time to sit there and talk to them, and ask them, why are you doing what you're doing? Like there's a reason behind that. You're not just coming to school and say, I'm just doing this today. It's a reason. Whether it's a crazy reason or it's a valid reason, it's still a reason why you're doing it. So I just like to take that time and just really, and that's part of building that rapport with them. And like a lot of students, quite a few of them, they come to me for advice, and or they'll say, because Antioch is, that's one of the bigger churches in Beaumont. So they'll say, I saw you singing at church, and they think exhorting is preaching. So they'll say, I saw you preaching at church.
Well, I do too.
So, So yeah, it it never really has conflicted because I mean I don't force anything on them. They just kind of open themselves up for that kind of advice.
Well, you so cool, Chase. You're cool as a fan. Cool as a fan. He's so cool. And if I was a young person and I saw you walking in the midst, that would influence me in a positive way to think, if he can be cool and still serve Christ, that would be something that I would gravitate toward
Right.
because I think we have to make Jesus attractive at any
Exactly.
age, whether you old, young, middle age. If we act like we don't like serving him, how is anybody else going to
Yep.
be drawn? How you feel about that?
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, that's really what it's all about with, trying to, bring souls in. I mean, of course, I love a good God me over great Jehovah. I love it. I mean, I grew up in church, so I mean that's me. I love that. But not everybody my age is gonna be able to relate to that. That I'm not gonna be able to pull somebody in singing "Pass Me Not, O Gentle Savior" all the time because they might not know what that means just yet. So we gotta take baby steps when we introducing people to Christ.
Well, I agree with that. And listen, you have the ability to sing the old, the new, the in between, and you do it so well. Oh my goodness. We're going to be talking about Chase and his wonderful. He has a single that's out, and we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about his Christmas music right after this. Advertise with us and let Mama Sue's family know what you've got going on. Email us at msroscbe2 at gmail.com. If you're just tuning in with us, tonight is my first of two holiday broadcasts. It's the first and third Monday of every month. And today I am talking with the amazing Mr. Chase Arceneaux of Beaumont, Texas. He giving a shout out to Beaumont. Hey, now you grew up in Beaumont. Do you plan to stay in Beaumont, America?
um, I mean, I'm not against it. That's not something I'm against, but I'm more of like a, wherever the Lord takes me, I am fine with it. I'm just following Him. But I mean, as far as my plans now, I have no plans of leaving Beaumont now. Is that the Lord ain't told me to leave Beaumont, so I'm staying put.
Because so many young people, I'm not going to say kids, because my grandmother would say a kid is a goat. So, so many young people, when they grow up in a place, the first thing that comes to their mind is that they want to break away. They want to go somewhere else, experience something else. But you've had so many opportunities to travel and experience things. So that has affected probably
Right.
your outlook. Talk
That
about that.
definitely has affected my outlook, and being involved with GMWA and Texas Mass, I've gotten to travel all over. So I think that exposure played a big part in my, not rushing to leave out of Beaumont because I've been able to see so much. So, a lot of people my age that grew up in this area, they don't really get to see a lot, and they don't really get to get out of Beaumont or Texas at all. So that's a big part of why they want to rush out and really get out of here. So yeah, that exposure that I got growing up, that plays a really big part. You know.
Well, it's good. And you've had the opportunity to sing on stages with so many of our well known gospel artists. Shout out some of those that have influenced you or you've had the opportunity to be on stage and sing background and sometime in the foreground with him.
Let's see. I mean, with GMWA alone, you got Kurt Carr, Lillian Lloyd, Vincent Bohannon, Vashawn Mitchell. Uh, oh God, I'm trying. Hezekiah Walker, Ricky Dillard, Patrick Riddick. So many of these great gospel greats that we see now. I mean, that have come through the Kirk Franklin, that GMWA. That GMWA. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, come through GMWA. I've gotten a
Mhm.
chance to minister in front of or with those people. Dorothy Norwood. Oh my gosh, that she's one. That was one of my favorites. Doing that, it was very comical. But you know, and I even think about how GMWA has allowed me to be exposed to the older ones, the older gospel greats that have really paved the way for a lot of gospel artists now. I think that's really a blessing, being exposed to that older gospel music and being able to know the history behind all of these things and even meet some of these people like face to face. Being able to like sit and sing or direct for Jeffrey LaValle, like that's the one who made Revelation 19. People sing that all over the world, literally. So it's just an honor to work and be able to minister for and with these people. And it's actually not something I talk about much. I'm glad I was able to talk about that, but it really is. It really is an honor.
Do you write music as well?
I do. I do. And I used to say all the time, I'm not a songwriter. I'm not a songwriter. And then one day, um, one of my friends, Brock Perry, he told me, he said, "Stop saying that. Stop saying you're not a songwriter. You have a song." And I was saying that when I had a song out. He said, "You have a song. Revive me again." And then ever since I stopped looking at myself as not a songwriter, God just started giving me all of these songs. And like I would just write and write and write. I even went through a season where I was kind of like down, and God just put so much, even in my dark time, God put so much music in me. And I just couldn't understand, like, Jason, why are you writing all these songs? And I mean, just pouring out every day. I was just pouring out a song. Even now, I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll be walking in the hallway or something. I'll stop what I'm doing, and the Lord will give me a song. So being able to be used like that, especially when growing up admiring people who could write songs, and being able to do that is just it is mind blowing for me. It's mind blowing for me.
Wow, that is amazing. And then to be able to take what you do and bless the kingdom with it in such a rich way. Y'all, I had challenges in my technology ministry tonight. So I wasn't able to share the YouTube that I wanted to share with you all to be able to let you hear Chase because he can sing, y'all. Oh my goodness, he can sing. And I was just going to bless y'all with just several clips from his music ministry. But because it wouldn't act right, I had to do something different. I had to just go into my creative Mama Sue mode and just think, how am I going to be able to allow these people to experience the artistry of this young man and be able to be blessed. Well, we're going to do that because I'm going to impose and ask him to give us a little line or two of a favorite Christmas carol. But before we do that, Chase, talk about your single release, Revive Us Again. Woo, it's good, y'all. And y'all need to get it.
Revive Me Again. First, the song came from a season of me being really, really low. I didn't want to go to church anymore. I didn't want to sing anymore. I mean, I was done with what we call church. I was done with that, which what a lot of people go through. And I didn't lose my faith in the Lord. I still love the Lord, but I was tired of church. I was tired of the practices of church, and I just got weary. I literally got weary in my well doing. You know, having to minister. I was at my home church, ministering, acting as the minister of music, and I was just really weary. And I was sitting in my bed one day, and I mean, I was just crying. I was crying. I was like, Lord, I don't want to do this no more. Lord, I'm tired of this. And then while crying, I just started singing. The Lord gave me a song, and I was literally in my room singing to myself, Lord, revive me again. Lord, I give you my heart. And I feel like that was such a relatable song to people because I mean you can look at it in different ways. You can look at it as somebody who doesn't really know the Lord and you need him to revive you, or you can look at it as somebody who is in church, going to church, ministering in church, and you simply don't have that passion anymore. And you're simply just asking, it was my prayer to the Lord, ask the Lord, can you just revive me again? And I'm sacrificing everything. I give up what I want to do. Lord, just revive me again. And I noticed when I wrote that song, I felt a weight lift up off my shoulders, and I was able to really walk in that purpose and authority that the Lord had allowed me to operate in. And I was able to minister from a different place, if that makes sense. Because I've always ministered before then. I was always ministering from church and from what it's supposed to look like. And God would still use me, but after going through that, I was able to minister, be able to talk about it for myself a little bit. Because I know something now. I have a testimony behind what I'm singing now, so I'm able to have that power when I'm ministering to people. And a couple years later, Brock convinced me to go ahead and put it out and record it. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell this little testimony. When I was getting ready to record that song, I had $10 in my bank account. Chase was broke. Chase didn't have nothing. But God allowed so many things to transpire after putting out that song and so many opportunities. I mean, oh God, he really just showed out in my life. And going from that financial position to where I am now, and being able to bless other people, it really just blows my mind. That song will always have a special place in my heart. I'm sorry, I'm probably talking too much. I can't hear you.
That was me over here trying to be technological and make sure that I wasn't making no noise to distract from when you were talking, and then I didn't come off mute. But you're telling the truth, Chase, because in this walk, quite frequently we start to get into just a routine, and we know
Yes.
how to do church.
Yeah.
We know how
Yeah.
to do church. We know when to go up and when to quicken, and
Yeah. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
know how to do church. But in order for us to be authentic and be sincere
Yes.
and really allow God to work through us and us just to be a vessel, we need to be revived.
Yeah.
We
And
need to be revived.
it also taught me, and being in the ministry and being called, it also taught me this chase is not about you.
Mm, that
Chase is
part
not
right
about you.
there. Say
Chase,
it again loud
you
for the
know,
people in the
you
back.
ask the Lord to use you. You ask the Lord to use you to write songs and all this kind of stuff. But you have to realize if you want the Lord to use you, you can't let him use you when it's convenient for you. We have to do what he wants us to do. And now it's just like, Lord, even if I don't feel like it, Lord, just use me. And I'm still gonna keep going because it's not about me. I mean, although I may not feel like it's somebody that still needs to be blessed by something that I've said, or the Lord is giving me to say to someone or sing.
Wow. That part right there that you just said, I gotta emphasize that. You said when you say, Lord, use me, it doesn't mean just when it's convenient for you. My goodness. That was a whole message right there,
Yeah,
talking about being available to God whenever he needs you to minister. And most of the time it's really not about your gift, because
yeah,
there are people that are in the streets that don't know nothing about Jesus who can beat us singing.
yeah,
That can beat us playing instruments, that can
yeah,
beat us dancing, writing, doing anything that we're doing. But it's all about yielding ourselves to the master's hand so that he can do the work.
right,
Ah, and
right.
just being on his team is just such a great thing. Just being
Yeah.
on his team. Woo, that's good. Now let's talk about this Christmas EP. How did you select the songs that are on there? Tell us what the name of it is and how you selected the songs that are on the Christmas EP.
So the Christmas EP is called "The Sounds of Christmas." So this is a little fun fact about the Christmas EP. The Christmas EP was supposed to be a Christmas single. So back when I was in high school, my junior year of high school, I sang this song called "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and it went viral a little bit. And so people, even when I would go out, they would kind of recognize me from singing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." So I was like, well, maybe I should go ahead and record that song. But then the pandemic happened and all of that. So I was like, okay, I can put out Revive Me Again. I need something else to stay relevant and, build my career. So what else are we going to do? And I was like, well, let's record a single of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. So my brother, who pushes me to do amazing things and even pushes me to do stuff I don't want to do, he said, well, why not just do an EP? I was like, no, I don't feel like doing all of that. And that old Corwin, he kept pushing it. He kept pushing. He was like, Chase, just do it. So I was like, all right. So then God started giving me, these different Christmas songs that'll just keep coming across my way. So I was like, So I was listening to Jesus, Oh, What a Wonderful Child one day. And I was like, I could do something with this. So I called Brock and I went to his house. And I was like, let's do something with this. And then as I started like dun, 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 dun. Then Brock started playing that little dun, 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 and I was like, Jesus, dun, 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 Jesus. And we kind of remixed that whole song and we recorded it. And then I of course we were gonna do Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And then I had, these, different little visions and arrangements of Christmas songs like All Holy Night and Little Drummer Boy. And we just did it. I was like, why let's just do it. And there was
And it is so good, y'all. He looks so handsome on there too because he got on red and he looks good. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And it is awesome and amazing. And let me tell you, the one thing that I really love about it is that it's fresh. because it's your take on some time honored classics, but it ain't the same old thing, y'all. So, y'all be sure to go to YouTube and find it and download it and make it part of your platform. Make it part of your platform. Okay, I see here that the Lord is leading me to put some people out the chat. Look at here how the devil would do. But anyway, I am grateful to God for all of his blessings. And if you would love to follow Chase, I'm going to tell you just how you can do that because he is amazing. You can follow Chase on Facebook and Instagram, and you can get in touch with him for booking at I am Chase Arceneaux, ARCENEAUX.com. Booking at IamChaseArceneaux.com. Chase, you out here in these social media streets. Uh, People are often interacting with you at different levels, but what is one of the strangest things that has ever happened to you while you've been on social media?
Oh, let's see. While I've been on social media, I think one of the strangest things was, and at first I thought it was a hacker, but I was like, no. Is when I was sitting in church one time and I got a DM that said, "I see you." I was like, oh, and then, you know me, I just swiped up. I wasn't worried about that. And then they said, "That's a nice." I had a black on. It was like, "That's a nice black blazer you have on." I said, "Oh, okay." I sang and I left out of that room immediately. I said, "Oh no, I can't do this. Can't do it."
Oh, it's some crazy things that happen. But listen, you have to just ask God to give you grace and wisdom how to deal with that and then just keep on pressing. Keep on
Yeah,
pressing
yeah,
because there's some hoodwinkers out here, but I am all about Team Chase. I
yeah.
am all about that. Don't make me have to get with you about him because he is all right in my book. Chase, tell us again uh, how you would like to interact with people, how they can get in touch with you if they'd like to have you come to their church or to minister because he's available and he is so good, y'all. And I tell you, he would be an inspiration and a blessing to your youth ministry, and then even for the older people, because we love seeing young people who are sincere and authentic go forward for Christ. So talk to them again about how they can get in touch with you to come to their church.
Yes, you can get in touch with me at booking at IamChaseArceneaux.com. Arceneaux is spelled ARCENEAUX as it is spelled right here. So just go to booking at IamChaseArceneaux.com. Just email, stating what your inquiry is, and somebody get in contact with you.
Ah, so I would love to know that Chase got booking engagements out of being on Moments with Mama Sue, that you invited him to be on your radio broadcast, on your webinars, your virtual lives as part of your corporate events, because he can do all of those things and he can do them so well. He'll be somebody fresh and wonderful to invite for your events. And while I'm there talking about it, remember I mentioned to y'all my wonderfully creative Mama Sue creative mode where I was going to allow you to get to hear a little bit of Chase's artistry. Well, I want him to think about giving us a little bit of a carol. He don't have to sing the whole thing, but just a little something, something for Mama Sue's family. Are you ready, Chase?
Oh, let's see. Uh,
You just tell me when you're ready, and then I'm gonna give you the rev up. I'm gonna give them the rev up so they'll be ready.
okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, now for your listening pleasure, just a little bit of the incomparable Chase Arceneaux. Take it away, Chase.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. So have yourself a merry little Christmas time. Wow.
Oh, I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And if y'all thought that was good, then y'all gotta go download the EP. Download the whole EP.
All
Now, I
digital
love
album.
to tell people to stream because I know that's what we're doing these days. But streaming don't do nothing for the artists, y'all. It's only a few pennies on the stream. Download it and stream it. Then you're going to be really doing something. Download it and stream it and own it as part of your personal library. Oh, we got hearts, we got everything. Chantel is saying, you know, that's my song, Chase. Oh yeah, she's throwing up some hearts, and Mayetta is giving hearts, and Mimi Williams is saying, Shamiko is saying, "Boy, you better sing." Brenda English is giving you hand claps. Deborah Pride is giving you sing. Cedra is saying hand claps. Quasedra, I think I pronounced that right. I hope so. Linda Lee's giving you emojis. I have to tell you what, you're doing good. Sharon Brown Hendricks is saying, awesome. Lori says, wonderful, Chase, doing that now. Ooh. And then even Ja'Cory Prothro, who is an amazing vocalist himself, the throat is saying, yes. Oh, we loved having you here on Moments with Mama Sue today, Chase. Before we have your final remarks, I have to do what I promised I would do. Always on Moments with Mama Sue, I love to give away something, something. So if you were on with us early and I got your name as part of the chat, then I went ahead at that point and put you in on our wheel of names. I may not have caught everybody because if you came in late, I didn't get you, but I will tell you for the next Moments with Mama Sue, which is going to be on the third Monday of the month. You can tune in early. Make sure you get in early so I'll have time to get your name on the wheel. And then I'm going to be giving away product. So let me see if I can share my screen. I'm going to try to do this cuz y'all know I have technological challenges, but I believe the Lord is going to help me to do it and do it well. So, now then, I hope you all are able to see that. And I am going to spin the wheel with all of the names on there that are there. And when it ends, we're going to give away some Mama Sue merch. I'm going to send you my latest project, which is collaborations, where I have on Christmas Red too. So here we go. We're going to spin that wheel and spin that wheel. Yes, yes. And it is, ta-da, Brenda English. You are a winner. Woohoo! Brenda, we're going to be sending you collaborations by Mama Sue. And if you've already got it, then you'll be able to share it with somebody else and just extend that reach. We love you at Moments with Mama Sue. Chase, we're going to let you have parting words and then we're going to say goodnight.
I just gotta tell y'all, I just love me some Mama Sue. Growing up in Texas, man, I've always just gravitated towards Mama Sue. And then, with her endeavors of being on Sunday Best, it's just I just love me some Mama Sue. If you got a problem with Mama Sue, you got a problem with me. So, but thank you so much for having me. Seriously though, thank you. I do appreciate that.
Well, it was my pleasure. I'm so glad that you were here. And will you come back again when you do your next thing? Because it's bigger things on the horizon.
Of
I'm
course,
sure of it.
many, many.
Absolutely. So we look forward to seeing you all. Chase, hang out with me. Don't leave me in the studio. I got something
Yes,
for you when this is over. But we want you all to join in with us on the next Moments with Mama Sue and just keep on blessing God. This whole holiday season is all about Him, and we love the opportunity to worship Him. And we're going to have something extra special on the next Moments with Mama Sue. So y'all look for all the social media posts. Be sure and like and follow my page. And if you like what we are trying to do, then I would appreciate it ever so much if you feel like you want to share. You can support what I'm doing by Cash App. It's tickering across the bottom of your screen at $Sue Roseberry. And I will take what you give and put it into doing more and better. And then if Cash App is not your thing, I got Venmo at Sue-Roseberry-1, and I'll be glad to do the same thing. Take what you give and put it into ministry. And then if none of those things give you a warm fuzzy and you say, child, I still write checks. Well, we got that covered too, and you can mail it to P.O. Box 51422, Midland, Texas 79710. But most importantly, I'm asking you to support me with your prayers, like and share what I do on social media, and just know that God is up to something, and we look forward to being all about it for Him. I love you, and we'll see you next time. Woo! Now that's what I call a great show. Woo! We out of here. Mums and Mums and Mums and Moments. Ah, now we can do it a little better than that. Mums and Moments. Oh, well, all right, come on with it. Mums and Moments. Yeah. Oh. Mums and Moments. Oh, wait. Moments. Never know what to expect. Can't you? Well, now we might be done a little bit too much.